Perlita Trojans in the white uniforms with the red trim, taking on the Santa Maria Cougars in the dark uniforms with the blue and gold trim. A matchup to decide outright the district championship should San Perlita win, and we'll have a tie for the district title if it's the Cougars on top at the end of the game. Just underway as we have got things rolling here. Trojans again will be in the white uniforms with red trim, and the Cougars will face some pressure here out of the gate to start this ball game. They'll bring it in the front court and turn it over immediately. As Diaz was looking up to head downfield, he turns the ball over, and so he gives the ball to the San Perlita Trojans. And they'll set it up on the half-court set. Nieto has the ball out on top. Nieto funnels a pass over to Gabriel Lopez. Lopez takes a look at the zone defense, finds Tyke Johnson, got a man in the air, hangs in the air, shoots it, missed it. Rebound is tipped around, controlled by the Cougars, and here comes Santa Maria on the run. Scoreless ball game as Diaz has the ball on the open court. Spins it right-hand side, gets it right back between the two circles, takes a look at the defense. They give him some room to operate out there. James Herrera comes out to guard. He'll spin a pass in the hands of Danny Castellanos. Outside it goes. Now they'll work it in the corner on that far side of the court. Cougars, again, can be a very patient team as well. These two teams met earlier. The Trojans captured the victory there. That was just an oddly played ball game in which the Trojans came out on fire, hitting nearly everything they shot. And meanwhile, Santa Maria had to withstand a huge run. There's a three that goes in by Jesse Ortiz, and immediately we see that one of the Trojans may have come up limping a bit as Gabriel Lopez tweaked an ankle on that trip down. 3-0 ball game with the Cougars on top. Trojans had a 20-point lead the first time these two teams met, and that was erased in the second quarter by the Cougars, who cut it down to 3 a couple of different times. It was some big threes by Eli Terry to extend the lead back out to 6 for the Trojans, and they maintained the lead throughout and won that ball game. Lopez spins a pass over to Herrera. Herrera puts the ball on the floor. San Perlita trailing here on their home floor. And again, the defense right now played by the Cougars, extended out on Herrera. Takes it off the dribble, takes it into traffic, shot it, missed it, and got fouled, though. He'll get to the free throw line. 2 different players were there for the Santa Maria Cougars. They'll call the foul on Jesse Ortiz. That's his first. When you look at that ball game the first time through, as Herrera hits the first of 1, he'll get a second. First time through, midway through the second quarter, throughout the remainder of the game, Cougars actually outscored San Perlita 58-55. But again, the damage was done in the early part of that game as the Trojans just were red hot on the road. Off the dribble in the paint, running one-hander, floats off the mark, missed by Jesse Ortiz. And then the whistle blows on contact on the rebound. Now call that on Santa Maria. So it'll be Trojan basketball, San Perlita. 2 free throws to show on the scoreboard thus far through the first couple of minutes of play. On the dribbles, Nieto, Nieto. They're not giving him any room. Takes it off the drive inside, spins it to Lopez, hangs in the air, kisses it off the glass, and gets it to go. Gabriel Lopez, his first 2 points of the game. San Perlita now on top 4-3. Diaz has the ball for the Cougars, nearly threw it away. Nice adjustment in catching. Pass back outside. They'll stay on the perimeter. Now they'll attack in the paint. Running one-hander won't go. Tyke Johnson gets a rebound for San Perlita, wants to run. Johnson goes coast to coast. It's a senior. Kicks it outside to Nieto for a 3, and it's off the mark. Rebound by Herrera for San Perlita. Firing a pass left side back to Herrera. Herrera backs it away. 5:25 to go here in the first quarter. Herrera for 3. That one won't go. Rebound is poked around, controlled by Santa Maria. Here's Andrew Morales. Morales brings it front side, hands it off, and the Cougars will now set it up on the offensive end, down 1. There's a steal by Herrera. Takes it coast to coast, lays it up, and got it. Trojans up 6-3. A turnover leads to a layup. 3 minutes gone. Cougar basketball as Jesse Ortiz brings it up. Nieto extends the defense out there to guard him. He'll look for a screen. Gets it as Denny Castellanos comes out high to set a screen. Pass right side to Diaz. Finds a man at the free throw line. That jumper off the mark, no good. Rebound tip controlled by Eli Terry. Hands it off to Gabriel Lopez. Lopez attacks in the paint for the Trojans. Hands it off to Herrera. Herrera with an no-look pass on the baseline. EJ Nieto gets in the air. Looks for a pass. Has it taken away. Gets it back outside for a Terry three. Eli, bang! Eli Terry for three. He was a killer sniper in the first time these two teams met. Hits that three, timeout called. 6-point lead. Trojans on top. Back right after this.
Come see what the City of San Benito has to offer today. Business owners, visit the San Benito Chamber of Commerce and find out how they can help you be a part of the new and exciting growth the city is experiencing today. Supporting business, community, and the teams, San Benito Chamber.
Back here on Rio Sports Live, we're at San Perlita, Texas, as we're trying to adjust the camera angle right now. I've got it a little bit crooked, but we'll maintain that and we'll get it set for you on the fly. Trojans with a 9-3 lead. Santa Maria basketball, they're working outside. Again, they want to stay in striking distance of this Trojan team and not fall into that big hole like they did the first time around. They feel like they can compete if they can just withstand the early run, which is expected here at home of the Trojans. Fadeaway jumper off the mark in the paint. Rebound by Tyke Johnson. Hands it off to James Herrera. Here come the Trojans of San Perlita in the front court. Herrera attacks in the paint, running one-hander. That's a carry. And a turnover will give it back to the Santa Maria Cougars. Fans watching on our social media, if you're watching on our Facebook, please share the link on the site. Let other fans know where these games are going on. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to our YouTube channel as we continue to grow the numbers on that platform as well. Pass inside, the whistle blows. There's an offensive foul called on Denny Castellanos trying to post up. And that'll give the ball back to the San Perlita Trojans, who are up 9-3 here in this game. Herrera off the dribble, backs it out between the circles, probes the defense, nothing there for him, he'll back it away. 3:16 remaining here in the first quarter. Pass to Johnson, hands it off to Lopez, hangs in the air, off the glass, no good. Rebound ripped out of the air by EJ Nieto, hands it off to Tyke Johnson, lays it in. Nieto with the offensive board, Johnson with the bucket, his first points of the game. Trojans go up 11-3. Now a steal. Trojans have the ball. Herrera spins away from a double team. Now brings it front side. Crossover dribble. Takes it coast to coast. Gets it out to Terry. Finds Johnson. Johnson shakes the defender. Spins it inside. Banker good by Gabriel Lopez. Johnson the assist. Lopez the bucket. He's got 4 points in the game. Santa Maria back with the basketball. Cougars on the offensive end. Outside on the dribble is Diaz. They need a bucket here. They're down 10. 2:30 left here in the first quarter. On the dribble is Castellanos. Takes it in the paint, dishes off on the baseline, spin it back outside for a jumper from 12 that won't go. Rebound taken down by the Cougars. Near a travel it is. Nate Rodriguez got that board. He spun out looking for an outlet pass, and nobody was there to be found. And the turnover will give it to the San Perlita Trojans. They'll have it out of bounds. EJ Nieto will bring it front side. Trojans up by 10. Only basket made thus far, a Jesse Ortiz 3 by the Santa Maria Cougars. James Herrera on the dribble, tries to attack on the baseline, and he'll get fouled. They'll call that on Matt Cantu, trying to stave off that penetration on the baseline by James Herrera. Trojans to inbound the ball. Herrera looking to get it in. Gets it inside to Johnson. Poked out of his hands. Turnover, and here come the Cougars. Racing front side. Diaz attacks in the air. Missed a shot. Offensive rebound. Block shot, but a foul call. And a chance coming up at the free throw line for the Santa Maria Cougars, as they'll send Chris Ibarra to the line. Trying to score here. First one good. Substitution off the bench for San Perlita as Max Graciani will check in for his first action tonight. Meanwhile, the next free throw coming up for Chris Ibarra for the Cougars of Santa Maria, and that's also good. 8-point lead. Trojans with the ball. Here comes James Herrera. Herrera in the open court, picked up defensively by Matt Cantu as he'll extend it. Takes a drive on the right-hand side, hesitates, got into a double-team situation but got fouled. And that'll stop play. That'll be the fourth team foul against the Santa Maria Cougars. It's the second personal foul on Denny Castellanos, so he'll have a seat on the bench for the Cougars. Meanwhile, the Trojans will inbound the ball. Herrera to Johnson, Johnson to Graciani, banks it up and in. Max Graciani with his first points of the game. And the Trojans extend the lead back to double digits. Ball in the backcourt, back tapped and stolen. Here comes Herrera, a pass ahead to Nieto. Nieto hangs in the air, puts it off the glass, no good. Rebound ripped out of there by Matt Cantu of the Santa Maria Cougars. Here comes Cantu trying to go coast to coast, spins it outside for a three. The answer there in the corners, yes! Good spacing that time, and Andrew Morales knocks down a three ball. Trojans trying to answer. Herrera for three, no good. Graciana nearly secured the board. It goes out of bounds, off his hands last. And that'll give the ball to the Santa Maria Cougars. Cougars hit some big threes once that game got into a rhythm and flow on their home floor. So they certainly have shooters that can extend the range. Cantu brings it across. We go under a minute to go here in this first quarter of play. Diaz off the dribble. Tries to penetrate in. Looks for a cutter. Ball's knocked out of bounds. Gabriel Lopez of the Trojans got a hand on that last. So it will be Santa Maria basketball. Inbounded on the baseline. Nothing doing there. Rebound taken down. Kicking outside. Three on the way by Matt Cantu. Nothing doing. He'll take it on the drive instead. Off the glass. Got it. Matt Cantu, a nice ball fake and a finish. Trojans coming back on the other side. A quick whistle blows as the ball goes out of bounds. A foul will be called on Andrew Morales. Five-point game. Cougars had trailed by 10. They're on the defensive end now. Trojans see if they milk it down for a final shot here to close out this first quarter of play. Herrera off the drive, hands it off to Johnson. Tyke Johnson pulls the trigger. That's a tough shot. Missed. Rebound Diaz, and here come the Cougars wanting to run. Diaz coast to coast, went for the layup. Heavy contact there. Two players go down. And that'll stop play, and they'll check on a couple of players there who were falling to the ground. We'll be right back.
This game is brought to you in part by the Concession Stand in Santa Rosa, a locally owned business providing a terrific atmosphere before or after the games and supporting athletes of all ages. When you're in Santa Rosa, be sure to stop by the Concession Stand and choose from the wide assortment of goodies. An advertising partner with Rio Sports Live is the Concession Stand.
Hi, we're Lady Vikings, and thank you for watching Rio Sports Live.
It's Truck Month at Hacienda Ford, and we're asking for your vote. Blue Truck stands for 4x4 off-roading, outdoor living at its best. Red Truck stands for hitting the job site with all your tools. It's the right truck for the working man. So where do you stand? Right now, you can get a 2019 Ford Ranger Crew Cab for just $26,977 and get 1.9% interest for 72 months. Vote Ford. Vote Hacienda.
Back here in San Perlita, James Herrera went down. He got off under his own power, went off to the sideline. So we'll take a look and see if he's able to return to this contest. One of the instrumental players in this game. A foul was called on the play, and Diaz will get to the free throw line for the Cougars of Santa Maria, who trail by 5 here with 13 seconds to go in the first quarter. First one's good for Diaz. Cougars are now 3 for 3 from the free throw line. They have a couple of three-pointers. Jesse Ortiz and Andrew Morales hitting beyond the arc, and Matt Cantu contributed with a layup. Diaz at the line looking for his second point of the game. Gets it there. 3-point game. Trojans back with the basketball in the front court. Diego Ortiz now in the game. Hands it off to Tyke Johnson. Tried to dribble through a double team. Dives to the ground. Ball goes out of bounds. Touch last by San Perlita. And it'll be Cougar basketball out of bounds. And now they'll have a chance to close out the first quarter of play, down no less than 3. Ball in the backcourt, race it front side. Diaz will get the shot. No, he won't. He passes it off. No shot taken. I don't think Diaz realized he was down to the last second and a half. Otherwise, he would have pulled the trigger there. 1 quarter in the books. San Perlita leads by 3. We'll be back after this with more.
Sherryland ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sherryland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
A Piece of Cake by Ibarra in Harlingen is a sweet stop for cakes, cookies, and pastries. The best in town for specialty cakes made to order. Sweetbread, cookies, pies, or how about cupcakes? At A Piece of Cake by Ibarra, try a Texas-style cinnamon roll, or how about some tamales? Wedding cakes, graduations, you dream it and they can make it. The best in town is A Piece of Cake by Ibarra in Harlingen.
Back here on Rio Sports Live, it's the San Perlita Trojans with the ball as we start the second quarter. They lead by 3 over the Santa Maria Cougars. Diego Ortiz stays in the ball game to start the second quarter. He replaced James Herrera, who went down with an injury. They were working on him a while ago. Tyke Johnson with a catch. He had a quiet first quarter, scored just 2 points. Hands it off to Max Graciani. Handles the ball a couple times, gets it to Gabriel Lopez. Lopez also tweaked an ankle, and the first possession of the game, he stayed in the game, played through that thus far. Pass inside to Johnson, posting up. Elevates, scores on the easy jumper. Trojans go up 5. They led by as many as 10 in that first quarter. Santa Maria was able to cut back into the lead. Ball back in the hands of the Cougars. They'll stay outside on the ball. And contact occurs there. And that stops play here in the first half. And a free throw opportunity coming up for the Santa Maria Cougars. They've done well thus far as a team from the line. Andrew Morales stands in for his first free throw attempt of the day. And the first one's good. Reminding you we've got additional coverage coming your way tomorrow. Girls basketball action hits the airways first at 11 o'clock. We'll be at Harlingen South for that position game between Los Fresnos and Harlingen South. And then we'll follow that up with a basketball game at Santa Maria, as San Perlita's Lady Trojans will take on San Isidro. That's a position game. We'll also have 2 women's football, full contact football games on the broadcast schedule tomorrow. We'll be in San Benito and in La Feria for action there. Minute gone in the second quarter. Trojans with the basketball. Diego Ortiz outside to Eli Terry. Thought about a 3, but a foul will be called, setting a screen. It's called on Gabriel Lopez of the Trojans of San Perlita. That's his second foul. Cougar basketball down by 3. Here's Matt Cantu. Brings it front side. Stays wide. Now he attacks off the dribble. Nice dish inside on the baseline. Shot goes up and in. 1-point game. Cougars down 17-16. Trojans back with the basketball. Working outside to Diego Ortiz. Ortiz hounded defensively. Gets it out to Terry. Spins it right side to Nieto. Nieto backs away. Launches a long three in rhythm. Off the rim, no good. Lopez secures the board. Put it up, no good. Rebound to Johnson. Puts it up. Count it in a foul. Tyke Johnson to the line. Gabriel Lopez kept that ball alive initially, and then helped by the San Perlita Trojans to eventually get that ball in the hands of Tyke Johnson. Fans watching wherever you may be watching the game from, give us a shout out. On the Facebook side right now I'm watching, just giving a shout out where you're seeing this game from. It's always neat to see the extent of the reach for our broadcast games. Missed free throw. Cougars throw it away on the other side as Diaz had an idea. Throws it away. Trojan basketball. James Herrera returns to the game for the San Perlita Trojans. EJ Nieto gets it outside to Herrera, spins it inside to Johnson, posting up. Turns, shoots over two defenders and got fouled. Jesse Ortiz will be called with a foul. He doesn't like the call, nor does the visiting crowd for the Santa Maria Cougars. Now they call the foul on. All right, now they called it on Chris Ibarra. So we'll mark that down as his first foul. Tyke Johnson at the free throw line hits the first of two. And San Perlita goes up 20-16. This will be the final regular season game for both of these teams. They're both playoff bound. Johnson misses the free throw. Rebound by Santa Maria. Cougars have the ball, down 4. Jesse Ortiz brings it up. Guarded by EJ Nieto. Stays out wide. Popping out is Nate Rodriguez. Rodriguez looks for some cutters. Settles outside to Ibarra. Ibarra finds a shooter for 3 and no good. Rebound by the Cougars. Working outside for a Jesse Ortiz 3. Splash! Jesse Ortiz hits his second 3 of the game. It's a 1-point game. Trojans back with the ball. Herrera has it in the open court. Spins it outside to Eli Terry. Terry puts it on the floor, launches an NBA 3 and some. That won't go. Rebound is controlled by the Cougars. Outlet pass. Cougars have a chance to take the lead. Here comes Ortiz down the right-hand side. A lot of contact there. That's a charge. Second foul on Jesse Ortiz. And it'll be San Perlita basketball. Meanwhile, we have a whistle. Away from the play, they'll be removing a fan from the stands on the other side. While they sort that out, be right back after this.
Located in the historic downtown district in San Benito is Main Street Boutique. A perfect stop, great atmosphere, locally owned and operated, and new items coming in every day. Something for everyone.
Back here on Rio Sports Live after we resume play. 5:16 and counting here in the first half. San Perlita Trojans on top by 1 at 20-19. James Herrera hands it off to Tyke Johnson. Johnson backs it outside, gets it to Eli Terry. Terry spins it over to James Herrera as they spread the floor. Herrera attacks at the baseline, goes inside and stepped out of bounds. Good defense that time by the Cougars to force him wide. And it'll give the ball to the Santa Maria Cougars. Jesse Ortiz will inbound the ball in the backcourt. Bringing it up is Matt Cantu, guarded by Herrera. Operates in the open court, attacks in the paint, off the runner, it won't go. Rebound is tip controlled by the Trojans of San Perlita. Overhead pass looking for Nieto, picked off by Jesse Ortiz. And then a near steal, but a foul will be called on the Trojans. And now we got a technical foul call as two players get wrapped up after the whistle had blown. One-point game, 4:42 remaining. So James Herrera picks up the personal foul, which will be his first. Meanwhile, Jesse Ortiz picks up his third for the Santa Maria Cougars. And then they assess fouls on both Herrera and perhaps Ortiz. They're sorting this out right now on who they called the foul on. The whistle blew once. And then they whistled a second foul, which they're sorting out now. The official indicated it was a double foul. So we'll see what they sort out. Meanwhile, I just got a message on the Facebook side. Port Aransas just won 97-60 victory over Tres Rios. So they hit 97 points. And that's their 101st straight district win for Aransas Pass. Thank you, Richard Gonzalez, for passing that word along. 20-19 game. Santa Maria basketball, and Matt Cantu brings it across. Over it goes to Rodriguez in the corner, back outside. Near steal, now on the drive. Here's Ibarra, takes it in the paint, lays it up, got it. Cougars take the lead. Nobody stopped Chris Ibarra. James Herrera has the ball, gets it out for a Nieto three, and it funnels home. Three-pointer for E.J. Nieto, his points first of the game. Trojans back up by 2. Cougars back with the basketball. Matt Cantu has it. Spins it outside to Ibarra. Ibarra finds it right side into the hands of Sanchez, and there's a foul away from the ball. And they'll call that on the Cougars, trying to set a screen. Stops play with 4:03 remaining here in the first half. The foul was on Chris Ibarra, his second. San Perlita basketball. They've hit some key threes thus far in this game. E.J. Nieto recently hit one last trip down. Johnson hangs in the air, missed the shot. Rebound tipped out to Matt Cantu for Santa Maria. Cantu spins it ahead. Off the dribble is Mark Sanchez. It goes inside. Johnson blocks it. Rebound by the Trojans. Handed off to Tyke Johnson. Ahead to Nieto. Nieto travels. Johnson outran everyone back down court to help out defensively on that block shot. Nieto got in a little bit of a hurry to try to get position to shoot that three. Cantu has it for the Cougars of Santa Maria. Outside to Rodriguez. Hands it off to Ortiz. Ortiz to Rodriguez on a cut. Reverse layup won't go. Rebound James Herrera. Dribbles out of traffic. Herrera for the San Perlita Trojans. Hesitates on a dime. Got in the air. Got in the paint. Missed the shot. Rebound by Matt Cantu, and here come the Cougars. Cantu brings it across. Has it on the right-hand side. Attacks all the way inside off the glass. Ties the game. Nice finish that time for the Santa Maria Cougar. E.J. Nieto has the ball for the Trojans of San Perlita. We're at the 3-minute mark here of this game. Missed shot, rebound by the Cougars. Outlet pass, got a man down there. It's Ortiz. Got in the air, banks it up, and a charge. And that'll hurt. That's his fourth foul of the game. Trojan basketball. Meanwhile, Ortiz stays in the contest. Tie game at 23 apiece. Trojans on the offensive end. E.J. Nieto hands it off, takes it off the dribble. Gets it outside to Johnson. Tyke Johnson puts it on the floor. Outside to Terry for a long three. That's off the mark. Rebound tipped out long, and here comes Nate Rodriguez for the Cougars. Throws that away. And that's actually not a bad turnover for the Cougars because they were in a danger zone with Jesse Ortiz staying on the floor with 4 fouls. He'll have a seat on the bench. And that's serious production on the sidelines for Santa Maria. We'll see how long he has to sit. It was at the 2:22 mark of the second quarter. I'll mark that down. Trojans with the basketball, tied up at 23 apiece here at home. Pass inside to Johnson. Nice catch. Gets it out for an Eli Terry three, and it is no good. Rebounds touched last by Tyke Johnson as it goes out of bounds. And right now the officials are allowing everything physical inside the paint. Even that entry pass to Tyke Johnson. He had to get real strong just to secure that pass. Cougars with a chance to take the lead. They've led once here in this ball game. That was for one trip down the court. Here's a long three by Andrew Morales. That won't go. Cougars all over the rebound. Get it back outside. Working for the extra pass for the three. That's off the mark. Rebound. Offensive board. Put that up. No good. Offensive board again. Missed shot and a foul called. And Chris Ibarra will get to the line. Relentless attacking on the boards. That trip down by the Santa Maria Cougars. Foul was on James Herrera of San Perlita. That's his third here in the first half. Meanwhile, to the free throw line, Chris Ibarra hits the first of two. He's now 3 of 3 at the line on the night. Has 5 points to show in the scoring column. Cougars lead by 1. Ibarra ready for another. Makes that 2. Cougars up 2. Trojans with the ball. Diego Ortiz has the ball across the timeline. Handles it in the open court. Veers right-hand side, attacks, has a back tapped out of his hands. It goes off the hands of Matt Cantu last. And puts it out of bounds. It'll be Trojan basketball on the baseline. Ortiz sets him in motion. Lobs it in looking for Tyke Johnson. It's tipped right back out of bounds. And Ortiz is going to have to put more on that if he wants to get it in. Past this aggressive defense. Gets it outside to Nieto. Thought about a three. Puts it on the floor. Stays between the circles. Takes it on the drive on the right side. Has it poked, but a foul will be called. And this time they're looking at Chris Ibarra, and that'll be his third foul of the game. So Ibarra with 3. Jesse Ortiz on the bench with 4. That spells foul trouble for the Santa Maria Cougars. EJ Nieto steps to the line. First one no good. Trojans now just 3 of 6 from the free throw line in the game. Nieto with 3 points. Missed the first there. Second free throw on this trip is also no good. Rebound by Santa Maria. Cougars can now build on a lead for the first time in the game. Gio Diaz has the ball across between the circles. Spins it over to Rodriguez. Clear out. Off the dribble is Cantu. Takes it baseline. Nothing there for him. Finds Diaz instead. Diaz puts it on the floor, guarded by Nieto. Minute 9 left here in the first half. Jumper off the dribble. Won't go. Rebound is off the hands of the Santa Maria Cougars. It'll be San Perlita basketball out of bounds. Can't get over that. Aranza's pass has now won 101 straight district games. Talk about domination. Aranza's pass made a serious run last year, my friends. As serious as it gets. Nieto has the ball for the San Perlita Trojans. Stays out wide, finds Diego Ortiz. Ortiz against the defense of Matt Cantu. Steps back outside. On the dribble is Andrew Morales. Morales finds Terry. Back to Morales for a 3. Bang! Big 3 that time. Production off the bench. That's Vinny Gutierrez who hit that 3. Ball back in the hands of the Cougars. Off the dribble, right side, lay it up, no good. A foul call, then Matt Cantu will get to the line. My apologies there to Mr. Vinny Gutierrez. I had him in the highlight reel right there with that made shot. Free throw opportunity coming up for the Cougars. First one's good. Second one coming up for Matt Cantu. Hit that too. Cougars letter perfect from the free throw line here in this ball game. Trojans with the ball. We're at 20 seconds left here in the first half of play. Off the drive is Ortiz. Ortiz gets it outside. Back in the hands of Gutierrez, who finds Terry. Back to Gutierrez. Another three, and that's no good. Rebound, Tyke Johnson in the paint. Elevates, hangs in the air. Shot it, and rolled it in. Tyke Johnson with two more. And the first half comes to an end. San Perlita Trojans lead to Santa Maria Cougars 28-27 as we head to the halftime break. I'll run down stats, run down some additional broadcasts as well. Oh, that's Porter Ranzis, my bad. Kept saying Aranzis pass. Thank you, Richard Gonzalez. Back with the statistics and more. This is Real Sports Live.
In San Benito.
This game is brought to you in part by the Concession Stand in Santa Rosa, a locally owned business providing a terrific atmosphere before or after the games and supporting athletes of all ages. When you're in Santa Rosa, be sure to stop by the Concession Stand and choose from the wide assortment of goodies. An advertising partner with Real Sports Live is the Concession Stand.
Hi, I'm Rebecca Castillo. I invite you to visit San Benito and see for yourself the many things this community has to offer. Our offices of economic development offer a variety of business resources to developers, investors, and business owners from small to large scale. Contact us and let us work together on your next business opportunity.
Back here on Real Sports Live, we are at halftime. San Perlita Trojans and Santa Maria Cougars. Expected this to be a close game. You really did coming in. If the Santa Maria Cougars could avoid a disastrous start, which they had at their home court against this Trojan team, and right now they're very much in this ball game, down by one. San Perlita with the lead. Trojans led in scoring in the first half. Tyke Johnson ends up with 9 points to lead the way. After that, it's pretty much spread across the board. Vinny Gutierrez with 3, Eli Terry with 3, EJ Nieto with 3, Gabriel Lopez has 4. The staggering statistic in the first half of the San Perlita Trojans is at the free throw line. Normally a good shooting free throw team is just 3 of 7 in the first half. Meanwhile, the Santa Maria Cougars were led in scoring by Chris Ibarra and Jesse Ortiz, who had 6 apiece. Also with 6 was Matt Cantu. 5 points for Andrew Morales. Mark Sanchez had 2. And Gio Diaz also had 2. The Cougars from the free throw line, you ask? How about 10 of 10? That's perfect. We'll be back. I'll tell you about the other broadcasts coming up and also going on right now. This is Real Sports Live.
Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles? How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
We are the Patriots. Thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
Sherryland ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sherryland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
This game is brought to you in part by...
Back here on Real Sports Live as we're at halftime in San Perlita. Talked about additional broadcasts. We are back on the air with multiple locations tomorrow, beginning at 11 o'clock with a tip-off between Harlingen South's Lady Hawks and the Los Fresnos Lady Falcons, and that's a position game, an extra game as they were tied after the regular season play. So that'll be a position game in District 32 6A. We'll be there on the air with the 6 o'clock, check that 11 o'clock tip-off on that one. We'll also be at Santa Maria tomorrow, and no, it's not the Lady Cougars playing, but it is girls basketball, as the San Perlita Lady Trojans will be playing against San Isidro. That, too, is a position game, as they were tied in the standings in district play, and so that'll determine the direction of those two teams, both making the playoffs, but a direction as far as where they'll go from the seeds. Takes care of basketball tomorrow. How about some football? Full contact women's football will be on the air at 2 o'clock with the RGV Vixens on the home turf. And then we'll also be in La Feria for XFFL women's football with a kickoff scheduled there at 5 o'clock. So 11, 2, 4, and 5 o'clock broadcast coming your way tomorrow on a Saturday. And then on Monday, looking forward to Monday, our first softball broadcast of the year will take place, as we'll be at Rio Hondo, a blockbuster matchup out of the gate. Rio Hondo Lady Bobcats taking on Lyford's Lady Bulldogs, both projected to have terrific seasons, and they'll be squaring off head-to-head to start the season. We'll follow that up with another big one, as Westaco is at Harlingen South. That broadcast is scheduled for Tuesday. Those are two softball broadcasts. Already on the horizon for Tuesday basketball-wise, we do have a broadcast coming your way for sure, and that'll be the final regular season game between Brownsville Jubilee as they're at home to take on Santa Rosa. Now, as far as playoff action goes, on the women's side, yes, it all begins on Monday, and we have full anticipation and hopes that we'll be broadcasting playoff games. But I'm telling you, my friends, this is the third year into this, and I'm still having to sing this song. When we get to the playoffs, I have to pay fees. It's a $200 per game, and that's just to access the fees. That doesn't include playing the crew. It doesn't include any travel fees. It's just the outright broadcast fees that UIL requires we pay to obtain the rights to broadcast the games. And right now, looking at Monday, I have $0 committed for outright sponsorship for playoff coverage of any girls basketball teams. And for that matter, the only boys sponsorship that we have contributions for in the books is 2 games covered for the San Perlita Trojans. So if the playoff coverage were to start, and it is supposed to start on Monday, we're in serious, dire, straight need of some advertising sponsors to step up and say, we'll help get you through the playoffs. As I say that, I'm going to play a commercial. These are our regular season commercials. The phone number on the bottom of the screen is the most important key factor. Reach out to me if you know someone, or if you are someone that wants to help broadcast girls playoffs and boys. This is Real Sports Live.
In Santa Rosa, a locally owned business providing a terrific atmosphere before or after the games and supporting athletes of all ages. When you're in Santa Rosa, be sure to stop by the concession stand and choose from the wide assortment of goodies. An advertising partner with Real Sports Live is the concession stand.
Back here, we start the second half of play, and that was a quick timeout as the officials got things started in a hurry. Trojans with the basketball, or check that defensively. It's the Cougars with the ball, down by 1 to start the second half. A jump ball will be called on the possession change. That'll give it to San Perlita Trojans. Normally, I would be talking about this too at a game separated by 2 points or less at the halftime break. First team to call a timeout in the second half. Normally, and broadcasts I've done, and I've done a bunch of them, normally that team will fall. So we'll take a look and see what transpires there. It's 95% of the time in games that I broadcast. Again, that stat comes into play. Trojans unsuccessful on their first trip down the court. Cougar basketball, they'll bring it ahead. Off the dribble in the paint, there's a whistle, and a foul will be called. They'll call that on San Perlita's Tyke Johnson. That'll be his first foul of the game. It's a shooting foul, so Diaz will step to the free throw line. Again, the Cougars are 10 of 10 as a team from the free throw line. That was in the first half. Diaz steps to the line. He's 2 for 2 at the line. That's his only points scored in the game. First one good. Ties us up at 28 apiece. I want to give a shout out in the direction of Coach Nathaniel Garza's. I know his son watches our game, so give a shout out for watching us on Real Sports Live. Missed free throw by Diaz. Offensive rebound, though, by the Cougars of Santa Maria. They did lead briefly a couple of times in that first half. Right now we're at that stage of the game where somebody would like to take control of this one right here and right now. Running one-hander won't go. Rebound by Tyke Johnson for San Perlita. Falls to the ground, loose ball picked up, then a jump ball comes. And on the possession change, it will be Santa Maria ball on the hustle for the loose ball. Already you can see that's the second time that Johnson has ripped a rebound down, and as soon as he puts it on the floor to try to get out from the races, which normally he's proficient at doing, there's guys ready to back tap that ball. There's a loose ball poked away. It goes out of bounds. Touch last by Santa Maria. And so the Cougars will turn it right back over. Trojan basketball. Again, my friends, I really want to stress we want to do playoff games. I've got more crews and announcers available than ever before. And I really would like for us to broadcast and just showcase the number of games we can actually pull off. Here's a three by the Trojans on the corner. Right side won't go. Rebound by the Santa Maria Cougars as Nate Rodriguez secures the board. Cougars looking to take the lead. Off the dribble is Diaz. Diaz with a pass, gets it right back. Directs some traffic. Denny Castellanos pops out to catch that. Castellanos spins it back to Rodriguez. Tries to draw Tyke Johnson outside. He does, and spins a pass inside to Matt Cont for 2. Cont in the game has 8. Cougars up by 2. San Perlita basketball. Every time the Cougars were able to edge out, San Perlita came up with some big shots and big plays to regain control of the lead. E.J. Nieto on the dribble, takes it right-hand side, beat him off the dribbles, counts it. E.J. Nieto with 5, all tied up at 30. Cougar basketball. Across the timeline is Andrew Morales. He's got 5 in the game, takes a bump, passes it off on the baseline. Off the dribble is Rodriguez. Top of the key, this is Castellanos, and then the whistle blows. And they'll call a foul on San Perlita's E.J. Nieto. And that'll be his first foul of the game. Cougars inbound the ball. Looking for a cutter. Cont a nice catch. Dishes off inside. No shot available yet. Rodriguez tracks it down. Now he'll go baseline. Floats that in the air. It's caught and shot in one motion, and Castellanos puts it in. Cougars on top. 32-30. Trojans with the ball. Outside to Diego Ortiz. Finds E.J. Nieto. And Nieto attacks off the dribble again. Hangs in the air. Missed it. Rebound for Gabriel Lopez. Hands it inside for Tyke Johnson. Gets knocked out of the paint. And a foul will be called on Santa Maria. As they'll get it on. It looks like Denny Castellanos, which will be his 3rd. Jesse Ortiz already on the bench for Santa Maria with 4 fouls. He picked those up in the first half. Chris Ibarra with 3, and now Castellanos has 3. As Castellanos checks out, Ibarra checks in. Again, that's 3 fouls for 3 fouls. We'll watch that. Trojans inbound the ball, trying to. Ortiz finds Nieto. Nieto backs away. Separates from the defense of Gio Diaz. They'll entry pass in for Johnson. It kicks out to Gabriel Lopez. Launches a 3, no good. Eli Terry back to Lopez. Another 3. Bang! Trojans on top by 1 at 33-32 for Lopez. He's got his first 3 of the game. He's got 7 points. Ball in the hands of the Cougars. Ball inside. Nothing doing. Trojans back with the basketball. Front side Lopez fell to the ground. Dips it outside to E.J. Nieto. Spins it over to Eli Terry. Finds Johnson. Goes baseline in the paint. Got it up and got it in. Tyke Johnson with 2 more. Timeout on the floor. Santa Maria trails by 3. Back after this.
Our professional advisors at Employee Retirement Service have been providing financial and retirement planning for many years for employees of different employment.
If you've spent your career in education and are ready for the next chapter, let the professionals at Employment Retirement Services help. You've worked hard, and now it's time to relax and enjoy with peace of mind and security.
Help fulfill your retirement needs. Come experience the difference with us.
And let's plan your retirement together.
Call us at 956-440-8774 to schedule your appointment today.
Back here in Real Sports Live as we resume play here after a timeout, which was called by the Santa Maria Cougars. They had some well-executed timeouts in the first half in which they halted some runs by the San Perlita Trojans. Trojans led by 1 point, double figures in the game in the first half, a couple of times in the first quarter. Santa Maria was able to, again, use some timeouts to get back into the game with scores after said timeouts. They're trailing by just 3 here. Cont has it on the dribble against Ortiz, takes him left side, missed a layup. Rebound Diego Ortiz, taken away by Ibarra, takes it off the dribble and got fouled. And that'll send Chris Ibarra to the free throw line. On one end, you're like, you got to hit that layup. On the other end, nice job sticking around, picking up the 3rd foul on Diego Ortiz of San Perlita. Chris Ibarra to the free throw line where he's 4 for 4 in the game. First one misses. Cougars were 10 of 10 as a team in the first half from the free throw line. They missed their only 2 here in the second half. Next free throw for Chris Ibarra is also no good. Trojans get the rebound, and here comes Eli Terry ahead to Tyke Johnson. Johnson off the dribble, spins it left corner. Nothing there for Vinny Gutierrez. Takes it off the dribble, spins it back outside, lost it. Johnson dives to the floor to pick it up. Loose ball picked up by the Cougars of Santa Maria. Down the right-hand side is Cont, hands it off, no good. Cont gets a rebound, steps outside, now he goes baseline, flips it up, no good. Rebound put up, no good. Rebound by Eli Terry, here comes San Perlita. Outlet pass, Gutierrez goes inside the paint, has it poked away, taken away by Santa Maria, and then a foul will be called. Oh, they'll call a travel on that play. I thought that was a for certain foul call, nothing doing. 3:28 to go, that's what I get for guessing. Back after this on Real Sports Live. Back here on Real Sports Live as we resume play. They're watching in Oklahoma City. Want to give a shout out in the direction of Danny Rincon watching the game, who is rooting for the Trojans of San Perlita. We got fans across the nation watching these games. I know this for certain. Gutierrez for 3 off the timeout, missed it. Rebound saved by Lopez, but right into the hands of Herrera Castellanos. Steal by Tyke Johnson, ahead to E.J. Nieto, hangs in the air, shot it, made it. Nieto with a basket. Trojans up by 5. Santa Maria ball. Pass inside, deflected, stolen by Johnson. Throws it back to E.J. Nieto. Nieto through a double team, now through a triple team. Tries to dish it off, and out of bounds it goes. Touch last by Santa Maria. It'll be San Perlita basketball on the baseline on the offensive end. Right at 3 minutes left here in this third quarter to go. Gutierrez to trigger the inbound play. Looks for Johnson, finds him. Tyke puts it on the floor, gets it back outside. Lopez on the dribble, takes it into traffic, has it poked away, and out of bounds it goes. That'll be off of Santa Maria. It'll be San Perlita basketball once again on the baseline. Looking to get it in. Vinny Gutierrez will trigger the inbound play. Gutierrez looking for Johnson into a double team. Gets it to Nieto, outside to Terry. Back in onto Johnson, posting up. Wasn't ready for that one. Taken away as Chris Ibarra secures the ball. Stolen now by Terry. Pass ahead. Nieto hangs in the air. Got it. Big transition bucket right there. E.J. Nieto on the spot. Scores 2 more. Trojans now up by 7. Cougars with the basketball. Rodriguez finds Diaz. Diaz on the dribble against Johnson. Takes him in the paint. Hangs in the air. Has it blocked. Rebound taken down by Eli Terry for San Perlita. Terry in the front court. On the dribble. In the corner it goes. 3 on the way. Answer, no. Rebound by Rodriguez of Santa Maria on the outlet pass. It goes out of bounds though. San Perlita will get it right back. Max Graciani checks in the game for San Perlita. While substitutions off the bench for the Santa Maria Cougars. Again, no word yet when Jesse Ortiz will return to this game. Pass to Johnson, in the corner it goes. 3, answer there, no. Johnson gets a rebound, hangs in the air, missed a shot and got fouled. And Tyke Johnson will step to the free throw line for the San Perlita Trojans. And they call the foul on Chris Ibarra, and that's his 4th. He becomes the 2nd Santa Maria Cougar with 4 fouls in this ball game. Meanwhile, Tyke Johnson at the free throw line hits the first. He's now got 12 points in the game. At the free throw line, he's 2 of 4. San Perlita now up by 8. Second free throw coming up for Tyke Johnson. And that's good. Trojans up by 9. Santa Maria basketball. Jesse Ortiz back in the ball game, playing with those 4 fouls. Guarded outside by E.J. Nieto. Outside it goes. Salle Latoya now in the ball game. Latoya looks for some help. Finds it as Denny Castellanos with a catch. Spins it inside. Taken away by Vinny Gutierrez. Gutierrez needs some help in the backcourt. Finds it. Gabriel Lopez brings it up. Third quarter action here from San Perlita. Trojans with the basketball. Outside to Nieto. Nieto launches a 3. That's off the mark, no good. Tyke Johnson couldn't get the rebound. Here come the Cougars. Quick pass ahead. Ortiz hangs in the air. Left-hand side won't go. Tipped up and in, though. Nice follow by Denny Castellanos. Castellanos with a bucket. Minute to go here in the third quarter. Gabriel Lopez has the ball between the 2 circles. Handles over the right hand, crosses over to the left hand. Needs some help. Finds it as Max Graciani comes out to help. Graciani on the dribble. Backs it away. Finds Vinny Gutierrez. Gutierrez stays wide. Lost his dribble. E.J. Nieto out there to help him there. Clock running here in the third. Stepping back Nieto to Graciani. 30 seconds on the clock. Graciani stays with the dribble. Gets it to Gabriel Lopez. He'll slow the pace just a bit. Guarded out top by Matt Cantu. Nearly carried that ball out near the mid-court stripe. Dangerous going backcourt as well. Finds Johnson. Johnson in the paint. Takes a bump. Puts it off the glass. It won't go. And as he gets fouled by Andrew Morales. Show you just how physical play is inside the paint there. You go back to that play out near the mid-court stripe. Looked like Lopez got it hung on his hip. It also looked like he went back court. It was just a tightrope act right there. Johnson hits the first free throw. That extends it out to an 8-point game. Second free throw coming up for Tyke Johnson. It is no good, but wait, they blow a whistle. And there'll be a lane violation called against the Santa Maria Cougars. So Tyke Johnson will get another opportunity at the free throw line. It does go as a missed free throw on the statistic point of view. Johnson with 14 points in the game, looks for number 15 and gets it. No, nothing doing there. Cougars with the ball. They need a basket this trip down. They get it inside. Nice catch. Shot up and in made by Denny Castellanos. They really needed that basket to settle things down. Trojans with the ball to close out the quarter. This is Lopez from 3. It won't go. Third quarter belongs to San Perlita. They lead by 6. Fourth quarter coming up. This is Real Sports Live.
Thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
Hi fans, today's game is brought to you by New York Life. Best of luck to your team.
And I'm Danielle Goslin, and I'm a partner with New York Life Insurance Company. For over 170 years, New York Life has built a reputation of developing the most successful professionals in the industry.
We help to manage the process from day one and guide you on your way to success. If you're looking to challenge yourself and build an insurance and financial service business,
then we would like to show you how we can help.
Hi, we're the Lady Diamondbacks, and thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
Come see what the City of San Benito has to offer today. Business owners, visit the San Benito Chamber of Commerce and find out how they can help you be a part of the new and exciting growth the city is experiencing today. Supporting business, community, and the teams, San Benito Chamber of Commerce.
Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston.
We are back here in San Perlita, Texas, as we start the fourth quarter of play. San Perlita Trojans on top by 6 at 42-36. That's how big that made basket was by Santa Maria's Cougars, as a quick foul is called on E.J. Nieto of San Perlita. That basket made by Denny Castellanos to close out that third quarter for Santa Maria. Edged him back to within 6, and immediately with possession, they can get right back in this game in a hurry. Diaz has the ball. Out between the circles to Salle. Latoya thought about a three a couple of times. Puts it on the floor, hands it off. Staying wide is Matt Cantu. Cantu attacks in the paint. That's a tough shot, rolls off, no good. Rebound, Eli Terry secures it. Outlet pass to James Herrera. Here come the Trojans. Herrera into a double team, needs some help, tries to spin it out of there, and a foul will be called. And each time the whistle blows on a foul, if you're the Santa Maria Cougars, you got to hold your breath. You got a couple of guys with 4 fouls, couple with 3. That was just a second on the night on Matt Cantu. Quick catch outside by Nieto, outside to Lopez. Gabriel Lopez attacks off the dribble, banks it in. Gabriel Lopez with 2 more. Trojans back up by 8. Cougars with the basketball. Diaz has the ball, stays outside. Looking off the dribble, attacks on the left-hand side, all the way inside, lays it up, got it. Nice finish that time by Diaz, back to a 6-point game. Trojans back with the basketball. Herrera on the dribble, takes it right baseline. Can't shake the defenders. Spins it outside in the corner. 3, answer, no. Long rebound. Jesse Ortiz secures it for the Cougars of Santa Maria. Here comes Ortiz. They don't stop him yet. Outside it goes. Off the dribble. 3 on the way, and no good. Offensive rebound. Put it up, and no good. Rebound by Tyke Johnson. Johnson, an outlet pass to Eli Terry. Terry inside. E.J. Nieto, layup good. Nice transition bucket that time. Looked like it was an easy-made layup for the Cougars. Trojans back up by 8. Cougars with the basketball. Cantu off the dribble, left side, got it. Nobody stopped him. Matt Cantu finished on that layup. Trojan basketball, they're up by 6. James Herrera in the open court. Stays right side, and that'll be a foul called on San Perlita. Gabriel Lopez trying to set a screen high side, got called for the foul. And now we'll take a look at how the Cougars can scheme things up here. Down by 6. 6:12 remaining here in the contest. Off the dribble. Staying outside is Diaz. That's a dangerous pass. Somehow Denny Castellanos gets there first. Castellanos off the dribble. Pulls the trigger from 15. That won't go. Offensive rebound by the Cougars. Outside. This is Diaz. Nothing there for him. Needs some help. Finds a man in the corner. Ball back outside. Now staying on that right side to the baseline. Inside. Layup. Good. Salazar with a strong finish. 4-point game. Herrera has the ball for San Perlita. Off the dribble right side, out of control, and a foul will be called. And they're going to call that on James Herrera of San Perlita. His 4th foul of the game. And it's now Santa Maria with a chance to edge even closer in this ball game. Currently they trail by 4. Matt Cantu lost his dribble, spins it right side to Diaz, throws that inside, taken away by Tyke Johnson. Here come the Trojans. Johnson finds Herrera, back to Johnson in the paint, lays it off the back of the rim, no good. Got his own board, has it taken away. Rebound, there's Nieto, missed that. Rebound by the Cougars, and then a whistle blows. Bodies flying to the ground again. They call a foul on E.J. Nieto. And that'll be his 3rd foul. It'll also be check that. They haven't posted the foul yet. There it is. It's Nieto. It's his 3rd. But it's the 17th foul against San Perlita. So free throws for the Cougars of Santa Maria. 1-1. First one won't go. Ty Johnson gets a rebound. Trojans maintain a 4-point lead. Have the ball for an Eli Terry 3. That's a good look, but it won't go. Diego Ortiz back outside for another Terry 3, and no good. Rebound by Gio Diaz. Takes it to the sideline. Here come the Cougars down by 4. Ball inside. Work it back around the perimeter. Jumper on the baseline will not go. Ball back inside. That one will count. Trojans up by 6. Cougars with the ball in the front court, left-hand side. They don't stop him. He lays it in again. Matt Cantu. Back to a 4-point game. San Perlita ball. Eli Terry handles it out near the volleyball line, finds E.J. Nieto. Nieto stays wide between the circles. Directs some traffic. We hit the 4-minute mark coming up here in this 4th quarter of play. Johnson with a catch, hands it off to Nieto, lost it, picks it up on the dribble, lost his dribble, finds Lopez. Gabriel Lopez backs it back away for the San Perlita Trojans. Lopez guarded by Jesse Ortiz. Again, Ortiz has 4 fouls in the game. Lopez outside to Eli Terry. That's a whistle away from the ball. And they're going to call an offensive foul on Tyke Johnson of San Perlita. Trying to fend off a post defense of Jesse Ortiz. For Johnson, that's check that. That's on E.J. Nieto, and they'll call him for his 4th foul of the game. 3:36 to go. Cougars with the ball on the left-hand side. Ball knocked out of bounds. It'll stay in possession of the Santa Maria Cougars. Jesse Ortiz to set him in motion. Ortiz sets it up. Bounce pass inside traffic. Nice catch. Fadeaway jumper. Bang! That's a tough fadeaway on the baseline for the Santa Maria Cougars, who refused to go away in this game. Tyke Johnson has the ball on the dribble for the Trojans. Got a whistle as he penetrated in the paint. And a foul will be called on Denny Castellanos. And that may be his 4th. It is. Timeout on the floor. Trojans to San Perlita, leading this one by a narrow margin. It's a 2-point game. We'll be back with more right after this.
It's filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for the fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
Back here on Rio Sports Live. Hey, want to give a shout out to my dad. Always tuning in when he gets a chance. The original Joe Bowling, my friends, watching in Harlingen. 2-point game here. San Perlita Trojans on top. by the score of 48-46. They led at the halftime break, 28-27. Led at the third quarter break, 42-36. And as we resume play, Tyke Johnson stands at the line. He's got 15 points in the game. Makes the first there. That is his 15th point. Second one coming up. Pinball's out, no good. Rebound by the Santa Maria Cougars. 3-point game, that's a one-possession game if you're counting there at the 3-minute mark coming up on the fourth quarter. Cougars with the ball in the open court, staying wide, now penetrating Diaz. Diaz has it poked away, recovered there by Jesse Ortiz. He'll settle it down. Ortiz got a screen high side, stays wide. He hit a couple of big threes to start this ball game. Then he got in early foul trouble. Had to have a seat on the bench with his fourth foul with 2:22 to go in the second. Here's a turnover by the Cougars. Diego Ortiz has the ball in the back court. Muscled up, finds a player open in the corner. Back inside they go to Johnson, hangs in the air, lost it, got his own rebound, spins, lays it up, and got it. Tyke Johnson, just a determined basket that time down for the Trojans. 5-point game. Cougar back with the basketball. Diaz has it in the open court. Stays out wide, guarded by Gabriel Lopez. Lopez has 3 fouls in the game. 2:15 and counting. Left-hand side, work it in the hands of Jesse Ortiz. Ortiz attacks in the paint, hangs in the air, flips it up, no good. Rebound by Johnson, outlet pass to Eli Terry. Terry ahead to Ortiz. Ortiz goes for the layup, it's blocked out of bounds, but they'll call a foul. Matt Cantu thought he had a clean block shot on that play, and it will result in a free throw opportunity for Diego Ortiz of the San Perlita Trojans. Ortiz hasn't scored yet tonight. It's a 2-shot opportunity here. First one's good. Trojans up by 6. Second free throw coming up for Diego Ortiz. Takes his time. And makes that. Buried 2 big free throws there. 7-point lead. San Perlita on top. Timeout on the floor. Santa Maria. They've been here all night. They're going to have to dig a little deeper now. Down 7. 2:02 remains. Back after this.
Hi, I'm Coach Nava with Westaco East High School. Thank you for watching Rio Sports Live.
Internet is more than just uploads and downloads. It's about connecting people. VTX1 Companies is here for you, bringing communities closer together. VTX1 has connected customers for almost 70 years. Our internet service spans across South Texas to some of the most remote areas. Faster wireless service is now available in Brownsville, Rio Hondo, San Carlos, and Los Indios. Call 1-800-446-2031 or visit VTX1.net to find out more.
D-Tronics does it all.
Back here on Rio Sports Live, Jose Lozano helping out on the camera tonight. Our appreciation is in big time in his direction. He stepped up as a volunteer to help us out here on this matchup between the San Perlita Trojans and the Santa Maria Cougars. Cougar basketball, they're down by 7. It's a 3-possession game as Diaz brings it across. We're under 2 left in the ball game. Diaz stays wide, top of the key, finds Morales, wants a 3, missed that. Rebound Tyke Johnson, and the San Perlita Trojans have the ball. Herrera puts it on the floor, gets it to Nieto. Nieto will dribble it in the back court near a 10-second call. Just got it across the timeline. Now he'll attack in the paint. Outside to Johnson. Johnson to Herrera. Minute 35 to go. Outside is Ortiz to guard Herrera. Stays with the dribble. Nice crossover. Right side layup. Good. lulled him to sleep, and James Herrera extends the lead back to 9. Minute 21 to go. Cougars with the ball in the paint to the free throw line. Back it outside. A 3, a good look, and count it. Castellanos with a 3. Minute 9 to go here in this game. 6-point game. That's a 2-possession game. Herrera again on the dribble. Has it poked away and stolen. Cougars have the basketball. This is Ortiz. Ortiz lobs it inside. Right side layup. No good. Rebound taken down by E.J. Nieto. Nieto gets tied up on the possession arrow. It will be San Perlita basketball. .53 seconds left here in this ball game. Trojans have the ball in a 6-point lead. Nieto has the ball, brings it up, gets in the air, throws it ahead to Lopez. Lopez outside to Herrera. Herrera takes it on the dribble right side, finds Johnson in the paint, lays it up, got it. 2 points, Tyke Johnson, and that may do it right there. 8-point lead for San Perlita. Cougars on the dribble. Bank shot goes up, no good. Rebound by Eli Terry for San Perlita. Terry ahead to Johnson. Johnson ahead to Herrera. Herrera lobs it off the backboard. Johnson went for the dunk. Now the whistle blows. And now call a technical foul on Tyke Johnson. They say you can use the rim to try to protect yourself. Tyke Johnson went in the air. Thought he had a player underneath him. And now call a technical foul. And that'll stop play with 21 seconds remaining and allow a free throw for Gio Diaz. First one, no good. Team that was perfect from the free throw line in the first half at 10 for 10. Here in the second half, it's kind of fallen apart. That's their 4th missed free throw from the line. Some of those front end of 1-on-1s. Second one coming up for Diaz. It'll be Santa Maria basketball after this because of the technical. Made that. 1 of 2 on the trip. 7-point game. Timeout call. Full timeout. We'll be right back after this.
Alarms, tint, and more? Visit Dtronics.com to see all the latest installs. Dtronics for your auto, home, or business.
Hi, we're the Lady Wildcats, and thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
Hi, I'm Rebecca Castillo. I invite you to visit San Benito and see for yourself the many things this community has to offer. Our offices of economic development offer a variety of business resources to developers, investors, and business owners from small to large scale. Contact us and let us work together on your next business opportunity.
We resume play here from San Perlita, Texas. The scene set here is a 7-point lead for the San Perlita Trojans. They're trying to close out a perfect district run this season and to capture the district title outright. Santa Maria Cougars hope to come in here and even things up atop the standings in district play. They trail by 7. Inbound play. Cougars get it on the left baseline, spin it outside, and throw it away. They had the idea of getting Andrew Morales free for the 3. That was just out of his reach. Timeout called on the floor, 17.6 seconds to go. I'll go ahead and keep it right here. Fans, again, tuning in, I really want to cover playoff basketball this year. And I've got the addition of Kevin and Mark and JR and Jacob, all the announcers that I can ever dream of to be able to expand the coverage, but we truly need some advertising sponsorship to step up for the playoffs. That's girls and boys. Girls starts on Monday, and right now I don't have any crews scheduled to go anywhere, including yours truly, as we have 0 committed playoff funds from any sponsors thus far. 7-point game, 57-50. We will have some boys basketball action next week because it's not playoffs yet. And we'll also have our softball coverage that will begin on Monday and Tuesday. And again, I know our region, we've represented the region well in covering the games in the regular season. Postseason, once it eventually reaches a level when NFHS takes over. Right now, NFHS owns the rights in conjunction with UIL. Once NFHS actually does broadcast a game featuring any of these teams, they'll hit fans with a pay-per-view charge. Which, again, I still don't understand, but it is what it is. Ball in the hands of the Trojans. E.J. Nieto gets it outside to Herrera, gets it ahead to Johnson, and he lays it up, no good. Terry gets a rebound. 8 seconds to go. Cougars get the basketball, throw it ahead. Step back three on the way. That's off the mark, no good. And the Trojans of San Perlita are your district champions. They win this one 57-50. They withstand a tremendous challenge and win this game 57-50. Our Hacienda, he has it, player of the game. We're going to give it to Tyke Johnson on his final home game as a senior. He finishes the game with 19 points to lead the way, so our Hacienda, he has it, player of the game is Tyke Johnson of the San Perlita Trojans. Trojans were in a close one tonight, 28-27 at halftime. They led by 1. The Santa Maria Cougars battled back from a double-digit deficit early in the ball game to cut the lead and take the lead in the second quarter and in the third quarter, as they were game for the challenge here tonight, but eventually fall in this one. Leading scorers for the Cougars, 12 points for Matt Cantu, 11 points for Denny Castellanos, 6 points for Chris Ibarra, 6 points for Gio Diaz, and 6 points for Jesse Ortiz. 5 for Andrew Morales, and Salazar finished with 4. Also, Max Sanchez had 2. For the Trojans, Gabriel Lopez had 9 points in the game. E.J. Nieto in double figures with 13. 2 points for Diego Ortiz. Eli Terry had 3. James Herrera had 4. Vinny Gutierrez had 3, but Tyke Johnson leads away with 19. That's going to do it for our broadcast of this ball game. Reminding you again, we'll be on the air tomorrow, 11 o'clock, our first tip-off of girls basketball action. A position game between Harlingen South and Los Fresnos. We'll follow that up with another position game later on in the afternoon as the San Perlita Lady Trojans are taking on San Isidro. Our basketball coverage will continue next week, and I hope we have the playoffs for you. This one is final, 57-50. San Perlita wins it. Till next time, I'm Joe Bowling for Real Sports Live. Good night.